is Donn Harper. I'm a professional actor some 35 years. And I'm also some sideline. I do Hollywood Blvd. I'm a character. I'm a cartoon character. Elmo the Muppet, better known as the Red Monster. That's me. You know, as a black man in L.A., I'm always concerned in how they try to portray us. There was actually 3 characters arrested. It was me, my brother, and a white guy playing Scream. They put a bad name on us by portraying 2 black guys. They didn't show the white guy at all. He was arrested just like us, but at no time during any of that media coverage did you see him on camera. As a matter of fact, when they went to colorway of Scream, they showed a picture from the movie. When they said Hollywood characters busted at 10, we were it.
You know, I was doing my regular routine, and what happened was this couple, they told me that I was doing something wrong, and then all of a sudden, they took me down. They weren't as rough with me as they were with the other characters. I don't know exactly what, but with me they were more lenient. I was handcuffed. They took me down to the station in an SUV instead of a police car, and I just hope it doesn't ever happen again. You know.
We had an operation where we sent some officers in plain clothes, and they acted as tourists to go out and see if they were following the rules. And 3 street characters were not, and there were 3 street vendors also. So we got a total of 6 arrests the first day. Well, here in Hollywood, these street characters come out and they interact. Some are very good, and some are downright nasty. Nasty literally and figuratively. You know, some of them smell horrible. Their hygiene, they don't know how to interact with people. They pretty much put on a costume and expect you to just give them money. And this is where the problem is. They're not hired by the Chamber of Commerce. They're not hired by the Chinese Theater, where a majority of them stand in front of, or the Kodak Theater. They come out, take pictures with the tourists, and do it for tips, which is legal. It's legal for you to, or I to stand out on the corner and say, hey, would you like to give me free money? I would like to take it. And if I want to give it to you, that's legal. We have a business improvement district along Hollywood Boulevard, and it was the theaters, mainly the Chinese Theater and the Kodak Theater, because that's where they all, it's a very popular place, that's where they all stand in front of. So it was them, along with the Chamber of Commerce, who get the letters of complaints from all the people when they go home, because they have no other place, or they don't know any place else to complain to.
Oh, we get the complaints, we get the emails, we get telephone calls, we have letters, and people here at Hollywood Highland get the complaints, people at the Chinese Theater, because of the proximity to Hollywood Highland and the theater, there's a sense that somehow they are sanctioned or condoned or paid for by this complex, and which of course is not the case because they're out on the public sidewalk.
I flyered all of the characters on Hollywood Boulevard. I gave the private security in the area flyers. They gave out all the flyers. Every single character and street vendor knew that I was going to have a meeting. Much to our surprise, 68 characters, some in uniform and costume, some not, showed up, along with a deputy city attorney. We went over all of the rules that we got the complaints about, all of the rules about panhandling, all of the rules about vending. And my parting response to them was, and I just want to make sure nobody's surprised when I come out and check on you with the things that we just discussed, nobody's surprised when I put the handcuffs on you and arrest you.
But they was all arrested. I was chilling, you know, out here basically trying to get off a CD. I do comedy, and I was some other music artists, and they had their CD, their own personal CD, with no bootleg, with no Tupac, no Eminem. It was them, okay? They set me up, and they act like they didn't know English. They act like they didn't know English. I was talking to them about the CD, and they was like, oh, you know, acting like, you know how people act like they don't know English, how they behave. So I was like, well, cool. So I did like hand language, like CD, it cost money. I'm trying to get you to support me for the CD.
That's the violation right from the start. They put a price tag on what they were doing, so that's soliciting services on the street.
Next thing I know, about 20 LAPD cops pull up out of nowhere. I'm thinking they going on a drug bus. My God, you got to be kidding me. I'm thinking they going on a drug bus. So I turned around and looked at them, and they coming towards us. Me and the rest of the city got in the street character. That was unreal. My God, I knew right then that LAPD was totally corrupted because they don't want to get out and do no real work. They don't want to catch no real criminals. They rather come up and do some old bull crap that wasted taxpayers' money, like harass characters and guys that trying to make a living off a CD on the street.
You're talking about my opinion, for the arrest that happens out here on Hollywood Boulevard. Well, you know what I mean? This is Hollywood. Anything can happen. When I come out here to promote my project, I expect nothing, and I intend for the best. You know what I mean? So I just put my best foot forward and come out here. If the police want to try to harass the artists and arrest us or do whatever to stop us from selling our CDs to the people, I think that's a real messed up situation right there.
On one hand, the police hating on you when you're doing something, and then when you ain't doing that, they still want to hate on you. That shit is illegal. I said it illegal. Something should be done about that.
We are filing false arrest charges against the Los Angeles Police Department per advisement from my attorney.
LAPD has a lot more problems. There's a lot more stuff in LA they can be dealing with than Tickle Me Elmo and Mr. Incredible. LAPD arrests the guys, puts them in the car, and then decides to teach a lesson to all the other characters on Hollywood Boulevard by driving the car, parking it in front of all the characters, taking in this almost grotesque display, taking the mascot heads off, putting them on top of the police car, as if to say, oh, we're going to teach you a lesson. All you characters, watch out, because if you get out of line, this is what can happen to you. That's false imprisonment.
The Times put they were paraded around. Well, they weren't paraded around. They were arrested, brought back to the scene, verified that was them, and that was it.
There was hundreds of children out here that watched these cops take Elmo's head off his shoulders and stuff it in the trunk of a squad car, right? You don't do that. You know, take him around the corner, take him out of sight of everybody, you know, get him out of costume, and then put him in handcuffs.
The only crime committed here was false imprisonment. And seriously, while it's not a felony, it is a misdemeanor, and the officer is guilty of it.
Yeah, we're hoping that, you know, that there is no problem in filing a report, that they don't ask us questions that we don't have the answers to. Right. We're simply doing what we were advised by counsel, plain and simple.
Right. And counsel is covering our butt.